So a lot of people on YouTube at the moment have been posting about Lampard and Chelsea and how they've not been performing that well, and maybe it's time for Lampard to leave. Maybe he went up a level too quick. Should maybe have stayed at Derby for another season or two, and done some more managing skills at a lower league before moving to a top four club and potentially doing the worst run in a while for Chelsea, I guess. I think they've got 4 points out of 18. So within about a month, they've only got 4 points, which is almost like a relegation team or a bottom half Premier League team at least. So yeah, basically, I'm going to do like a, it's a YouTube video, so it's going to be roughly 10 minutes, probably not, but I don't know. And I don't know how this is going to be recorded because I am using my new phone for one of my first videos on my channel. I am in my kitchen. Yes, there's a bit of a mess up there. It's my mess. I can keep it how I want, I guess. But yeah, basically, I'm going to probably title this video as "Should Lampard be sacked?" Should Lampard be sacked already? You know, a football January football ramble video, which is what it's going to be, and the short answer is going to be no. I don't understand why people jump on managers or jump on players the moment their form drops. They're minimal. I mean, yes, they've not been doing that well for the last month, but they've had so much change in such a short period of time. It takes time to improve a team. You go back to when Lampard first joined, they sold Hazard, they couldn't buy anyone in. They had, was it 100 mil from Hazard or 80 mil from Hazard? They can't touch that money. They've invested that money, they've invested more money into the club this season. That first season, Lampard said, I can't buy anyone, can't bring anyone in. The squad I've got, the youth players I've got are the only players that I can use. He put trust into them players and they gave him what he wanted and they played at their best. They finished, maybe luckily, they finished in the top four, and maybe that's an issue for this season because the man up there at Chelsea's, Roman is going to be sitting up there going, we'll finish fourth. I've just spent out 200 something mil for us to finish worse. How does that work out? Get lost lamps or bring someone else in? I don't know. I mean, honestly, for me, I did not note some things down, and I will try and probably use my phone a little bit. But when you look at it, was it a couple months back when the big turning point for United, for example, was it Arsenal? Lost to Arsenal, fans, the media, anyone on Twitter, Ollie out was trending on Twitter for days, if not weeks, and it still does. It pops up every so often. But since then, since about November or whenever it was, we've caught up. We've now joint top of the table. And I say joint top because we've got a game in hand. We only need to draw against Burnley and we go 1 point in front of Liverpool, which, considering this is meant to be a team that isn't doing that well, that only a month ago people were saying that Ollie needs to leave, and now we're nearly top of the table, joint top of the table. So much changes in such a short period of time. You just have to trust in a manager. You just have to trust in a team. And I feel like maybe Roman's not the right guy to listen to that, for example, because he doesn't trust his managers. He gets rid of them very quickly. Another example is Arteta at Arsenal. Arsenal obviously haven't had the best of starts. The last two games they've been doing really well. I think they've got back-to-back wins, one against Chelsea and one against West Brom, and they're scoring goals and they're enjoying playing and they're enjoying being the Arsenal that we almost remember from 5, 6, 7 years ago, not 15 years ago. Not that good, but they are doing really, really well in the last couple of games. But before that, Arteta, they were saying get rid of him, bring someone else in, watch them fail as well. You just have to trust in the manager. Arteta's got a game plan. He's been learning for years under Pep. He knows what he's doing. He just needs the time to get these players to click, to get these players to gel and work together. The same as Ollie. We've seen what Ollie's done in the last couple of months. Arteta will do the same, and so will Lampard. They just need time. They're young managers. They will improve from their experiences. They'll play a game. Ollie still does it now. 16 minutes into a game, you go, bring him off and bring this guy on. All the fans are saying it. You jump on Twitter, they're all going, why hasn't he put this player on? And then he puts him on the 89th minute, and you go, well, nothing's going to change in the last 2 minutes of a game, is it? And Lampard has a similar issue. It's not the same, but it's a similar issue, which is he's got too many attacking players and not enough spots. So unless he plays like a one in defence and 9 players up front, he's never going to get the whole squad playing how he wants it, because there's no way you can fit 5 players into 2 spots. So yeah, I mean, realistically, it's going to take time. It will take time for Chelsea to mould this. To be honest, it's a young team that he's brought in. I know Chilwell's slightly older, but he's a very good player. He's got Premier League experience. To be honest, I'd be really cheesy. I've brought out a little whiteboard and a little black non-permanent marker, whatever that is, whiteboard marker. Here's my little whiteboard, and if I was to jot down my ideas, obviously Mendy would be in goal. You know, they've brought him in this summer. He's been doing really well. He's still a bit shaky, but new league, new experiences. He might improve. Failing that, they're looking at getting, what's his name, from AC Milan on a free. If they can manage that, that would be an amazing transfer. I think everyone will do the same back 4, which would be Chilwell on the left and Reece James on the right, and then Thiago Silva. And who would you put? You'd probably put Zuma. I think Lamps is preferencing him as well. So yeah, something back 4 being something like that. I reckon that's going to be the wrong way round as well, because the camera's flipped so I can see what I'm talking about. But Chilwell, Silva, Zuma, James. You've still got Tomori. You've still got what's his name, a German centre back as well. Christensen's there as well. They've got 3 decent centre backs there, just sitting there waiting to be played out of this back 4. You've got Marcus Alonso, which looks like he might be going to Atletico, possibly. At the moment in time, in midfield, I'd probably go for Kante over Jorginho. I'm not a big fan of Jorginho, so Kante is a CDM. What I kind of do is have a staggered 4-3-3. So I have my CDM, the guy that sits there supporting that space there to defend when needed and go up when bare minimal. He's there to be the rock, waiting for the attack to come in, and he can defend before the defenders have to defend. Just an extra layer of defence. In front of him, I want someone that can almost be a box-to-box midfielder, someone that can potentially win the ball if needed, potentially be in the box to score, to assist, be an all-round midfielder. And I feel like Chelsea may be missing someone like that. And to be honest, if I was to put someone in there at the moment, I'd probably put the I'm probably spelling his name wrong, but I can't even be bothered to say his name. Wow, 12 minutes of me going Kovacic as a centre mid. I can't even be bothered. I am recording this at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm back up ready for work at 6, so I'm running low on fumes. I'm going to record this and go to bed. Up front, my preference as a cam would be Mason Mount. I can't wait to see him become a player that we all hope that he will be. I think he's got that cam role covered. That is his spot. That there is him. I'd probably look at maybe replacing the guy that I can't say, and I'm not going to bother saying it again. Potentially. Up front, you've got your 3 players, which I kind of want the wingers be like a little bit like the Liverpool effect, where they all kind of cross over and do what they want, do their own thing. I'd put Timo on the left. I think he is probably best there. I know that he can play in a huge range of spaces, but I'd go Timo there. and I'd probably go for Pulisic on the right, and then obviously that just leaves the striker. And beginning of the season, I would have probably have gone for Abraham. Probably not now. On form, you've got to put Giroud there. For the youth experience side of things, I'd go Abraham, but I want to win games. So at the moment, I'd put Giroud up front. So there's you're free up front. Werner can run it up, cross it in. He can run it into the box and score. Same on the other side. Mason Mount can be that guy that just attacks just behind the striker, being your cam. I'd love to see, because I think Lampard is a fan of him as well, but maybe sell Kante. I don't know who would take Kante. Sell Jorginho. Inter Milan will probably take him off your hands. And with the money you've formed from them two transfers, and obviously having cash that's falling out your pocket at Chelsea, with all the money in the world, I'd probably do go for Declan Rice. Him and Mount form an amazing partnership. They're both English players. He would probably want to go back to Chelsea out of any other club in the league. There was rumours that he'd be going to Manchester United the other year, but I think if you got rid of him, if you got rid of Kante and put Rice there, I think that would form a really good defensive five. Rice would cover really well. He's young. He's going to improve. He forms a good partnership with Mason Mount. That's a great team up. It's almost like who was it? Eric Dyer and Dele Alli a few years back. They formed a really, really good partnership. I think they've got a really good bond on and off the pitch. They are probably similar age. Off the top of my head, I haven't got a clue what their ages are. But yeah, realistically, no, I don't think Lampard should be sacked. There's no way Lampard should be sacked. He's in his second full season. And obviously he's only just invested a huge amount of money on players. I don't think he should be sacked. But on the other hand, Chelsea fans are looking at it going, this is the worst we've had for a long time since that, the third season of Mourinho. This is the worst, and we've spent more money than everyone else. We should be at the top. On paper, we've got one of the best teams in the league. We've got better players in United. We've got better players in Arsenal. We've got better players in, on paper, yeah, they probably do, but they're not clicking, and that's something that takes time. It takes trust and respect. Lamps needs to work out his best 11. That's another issue. He keeps changing his starting 11, and that doesn't help. And I'm not defending Chelsea. I'm a Man United fan. I'm not going to support Chelsea in any way. To watch them only get 4 points out of 18, for me, I don't care. I think it's quite good because it helps United stay in second. If they would have played better and clicked earlier, and Chelsea got the extra 14 points, for example, they'd be top of the table by a couple of points. I don't particularly want that. So for them to drop form for a month, fine, go for it. For a United fan, I really don't care. As a football fan, I think they have to give Lampard time. They have to give him the support. They have to give him the belief that he can, and he has to do the same to the players. A bit like the first season with the youth players, they bounced off each other, they worked well together, and you kind of had the hope and belief that it would work. I think this January transfer, he needs to sell some of the deadwood. Players like Drinkwater, Ross Barkley, confirm a deal with him with Villa, because they seem to be wanting him like mad. He's been doing really well with Jack Grealish. And I honestly think if he gets get rid of that deadwood there, they've got a massive squad. The money they make from them players kind of balance off the players that they've bought in. It doesn't look like he spent as much money. A bit like Liverpool selling players, was it Solanke for 25 mil? He's not worth that. I know he's a young player and he's got hope and promise, but he's not worth 25 mil. And I'm not expecting Chelsea to go out and sell Drinkwater for 25 mil. But if they get 5 mil for him, that's still better than leaving him. I don't even know where he is. He was on loan, but I don't think he's on loan this year. He's probably just sitting there chilling. So get rid of some of that deadwood. Slim down the squad. Bring in Declan Rice. That's a young, promising team that's going to only improve over time, with a young manager who's also only going to improve over time. Um, I honestly can't read my own writing, so I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I, I I can't hate on Lampard. I really can't hate on Lampard. You know, he's an England legend, Chelsea legend, um, and honestly, I think the media's taking this completely out of hand. Give him time; he will improve. The club will improve. And if Chelsea aren't in top four by the end of the season, I will be so shocked. I really will be shocked. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about Lampard. If you want to see more of these kind of rambling videos, then maybe there'll be more in the near future. I want to get back into doing YouTube videos, but I probably will only do that if I get some feedback and some views and whatever else, because again, I've done a bit of writing, I've done some notes, I've uploaded a video that's taken 20 minutes to record, and reality, I do really long hour shifts at work and I get very little sleep, and it's not a complaint. I enjoy what I do, but I miss out on doing YouTube videos, and that's kind of where this video has come out from. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, comment in the comment section below, and if you're new to the channel, why not sub? I'm on like 300 subs, but they're all probably dead subs by now, so imagine I'm on 0 subs, and just help me improve this channel. Catch you next time for another, probably going to be another football rambling video.